If you're in the army, you know that they just killed shaving weight. And for black men, this is gonna be a huge problem unless you figure out how to shave right. I'm gonna try to show you all my techniques so you don't destroy your face, and hopefully you can save your career so they don't give you the boot. One day I saw this sharp brother. He had a smooth face, like smooth, no bumps, no nothing. So I'm like, hey bro, how you do that? And he said one word, Braun. At that time, I had no idea what that was, so he broke it down to me, explained that the Braun Series is the best electric shaver on the market for black men. So I was like, hey, I tried everything. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that tonight. Before I put that Braun Series 9 on my face, I wanna get that stubble off. Even though the Braun Series 9 can get through this, it's not gonna be the most ideal shave. So in order to get the stubble off, I used to use like an Andes trimmer, but now I got a Babyliss trimmer. And the reason why is because this Babyliss blade right here is a flat blade. And I like a flat blade on my face because as long as I keep it parallel to my skin, when I go up, it won't dig into my skin. It won't leave any irritation or anything like that. This isn't the only trimmer where you can get a flat blade. You can get a flat blade on any trimmer. I just really like this trimmer. Step number 1, we gotta wash our face, y'all, because all that oil, all that grease, all that dirt, if you don't wash it off, it's just gonna get trapped into the pores. And that is the perfect recipe for getting shaving bumps. All right, so now that we got our face wash, normally I let my face dry on its own. But for video purposes, I'm gonna dry my face off real quick. Now, the reason why I just let my face dry off naturally without like using a towel or something, that's just part of my facial cleaning process. And it doesn't really have anything to do with me shaving. That's just my cleansing process. But before you start shaving, you want your face to be bone dry. You do not want it to be damp, sticky, because that electric shaver will start sticking. And that's the last thing we want, is that thing to stick. We want it to just glide over our skin. So sometimes if my face is still a little damp, I got my little blower, my little fan. I just blow my face to get any additional moisture out of my face. You do not need this. This is just me doing the most. Now, step 2, something that you don't have to do every day, but you want to do like probably 3 times a week, is you want to exfoliate your skin. I have Paula's Choice for a face exfoliator. And the reason why I use this is to just get any like extra dead skin, anything off of my face, so those hairs don't start getting trapped up underneath my skin. This is really good for that beard area. I do this about 3 times a week. And you can apply this with either your fingers or like a cotton pad. Me, myself, I use a cotton pad. I do not use my fingers. I just apply this to my face with the cotton pad. I'm not gonna do it right now because I just exfoliated yesterday. Step 3 is you wanna apply a pre-shave lotion before you actually start shaving. All this is doing is creating like a smooth barrier between your skin and your actual hair. And it just makes your skin really smooth for that razor to just kind of slide across, just glide across. And it's no sticking, no grabbing or anything like that. So you gotta use this too. And this is like a really cheap product. I think this is like $5 at Walmart. So $5, you got it. And this stuff like evaporates quickly. So like when you put it on, it's just gonna dry up really fast. It kind of burns a little bit like after using that trimmer, but you know, that's what makes us men. All right, now we're on to step 4, and that's actually using the Braun. Now this thing is really good, y'all. It's so powerful. Like there's no reason for you to push this thing on your face. You just gotta let this thing do its job. Just let it glide across your face. It's gonna get all of those hairs. And the foil system on this thing, the reason why you're not getting bumps is because it's designed to lift those hairs and then cut them. A lot of the times those hairs curl back over themselves and they kind of go back into the skin. This thing is lifting and cutting. One thing I like about this thing is it doesn't really matter if I go with the grain or against the grain. Either way, it's going to do its job and I don't have to worry about getting bumps. And I can stretch my skin out so it can get a smoother shave and I still don't have to worry about bumps. Another thing that's cool about it is that it also has a trimmer on it. So sometimes you get some hairs that it's not grabbing. You can just hit those with the trimmer real quick. Like especially in this area, for me at least, some of those hairs they don't like getting lifted with the Braun. So I just hit them with the trimmer. So that was a dry shave, but the thing that makes this thing super cool is that you can dry or wet shave. I just showed you all the process of dry shaving. You're gonna wanna use that pre-shave lotion and then you can go ahead and hit it. But you can also wet shave, and I'm gonna show you that right now. Now, just like any other wet shave, you're gonna need to apply some type of shaving cream. So I just put a shaving gel. This is Tomb 45. Any shaving gel will work. I just put this on my face. This is a gel, y'all, so it doesn't foam up like a shaving cream, but it's on there. Same thing. You can do it any kind of way you want. and this thing just glides on that liquid. The wet shave, I honestly don't prefer it. I prefer the dry shave. It just kind of cut a step out, makes it a faster process when shaving my face. But like, if I want a really baby smooth face, I'll do a wet shave. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna rinse my face again, get all that residue from that wet shave off, and then we can compare. We can see the dry side, we can see the wet side. Either way, it's gonna be good, but we can compare. All right, so that is the wet side. I don't know how good that looks on this camera. And that is the dry side. Hopefully we can see. That's the dry side. That's the wet side. Hopefully there's enough lighting so where you all can see the difference. And to be totally honest with you all, like, I'm always gonna have some type of irritation, some type of bumps, just how curly and coarse my hair is. I'm never gonna find a product that's just gonna make my face like baby butt smooth. But this is the closest I can get for my face, so I can shave every day, go to work, and not have to worry about how busted my face looks. One of the things you gotta do with your equipment when you're done shaving is you gotta clean it, but the Braun does it for you. It has this little cleansing station. You basically just set it in there. It's got some alcohol inside. I had to insert it into there. Once I press this button, it's just gonna clean this for me, y'all. It's gonna cycle through that a couple times, and then the next day it's ready to go again. You don't have to worry about it. Now, the only thing left to do after you finish shaving, after you finish cleaning, is that you wanna leave some type of moisturizer on your face. That way you can keep your skin soft. I have like a 5-step facial cleansing process, and at the end is my moisturizer. So I'm just using this Belief Aqua Bomb facial moisturizer. Like I say, it's just part of my 5-step cleansing routine, and at the end, just moisturize my face. And that keeps my skin healthy. That keeps my skin moisturized. So all those little hairs that are trying to fight through, they're not struggling because the skin is soft, the skin is smooth. Now, as far as price goes, the Braun Series 9 is super expensive, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's like $300. At least that's about what it was when I bought it. I'll have it linked down in the description box for you. But when you start thinking about like your career and how much that costs, I feel like a $300 product isn't that bad. When I got into recruiting, we started getting a special duty bonus. I think it was like $450 a month. So I got my money back the first month. Shaving your face isn't the only thing that can maximize your aura in the Air Force. There's a lot of other things that you can do as well to command that instant respect. And if you don't know what those are, I got a video on the screen right now breaking all that down. But like I always say, I hope this video brought value to you. Stay beautiful, stay classy. And until next time, check me out.